sandy carrots. Well, I've whizzed all around this field as I don't have that much time. I wasn't expecting to even have to come out today. Not have to come out, I love coming out, it's brilliant, any excuse. But as I said, I didn't expect to come out, and I've left Tasky at home because I was just going to whiz over here, collect my camera and then go back again. And I found nothing until about 25 metres from where I found the Roman, and I found this. Well, I think a bit of an explanation's needed, and there's definitely a lesson to be learned too. I'd left my camera in the field after the last video. I've never left it before, and I don't know why, but what I'd done is I'd placed it on the edge of the field on the tripod, and I'd gone off detecting, found nothing, got back in the car and just drove off. Anyway, I went back the following day, hence the beginning of the video, to collect the camera. And by complete chance, I met the farmer who showed me the carrot field, which he said was absolutely fine to have a go in as long as I was careful. And after about 10 minutes, I found a really lovely Roman coin, which I filmed, which I showed close-ups to, etc., 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 and then went on detecting without checking the footage. And from now on, I will do it every single time. After every take, I'm going to check if it's recorded, both video and audio, because it's a real shame. And I know this is a very schoolboy mistake to make, and I suspect lots of people with their own metal detecting channels have had this problem. But like all these things, you learn from your mistakes, and as I said, I'll never let it happen again. Anyway, so no recording of that, I'm afraid, but we will come back to this table later on in the video because I do find something really nice which I'd like to show you close-ups of. It's just there, if you haven't seen it already. And that's really pleasing as well. Another piece of silver, and it's a little cut half. It's a voided short cross. Look at that, lovely. You know your machine's working when you're finding these. This rang in quite nicely, actually. So I'll just have a quick, I'll keep in this little tiny area where there's 2 bits of silver within 25 meters and see. Then I got to get back. Well, I better live dig everything in this area now. Gosh, that's punchy. That is punchy. Can. God, wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? I should have live dug that because that had to be a nice coin, didn't it? But I'm on my way back to the car and I'm sort of rushing slightly, even though I can always pause for something like this. Not as old as the previous ones, but really nice all the same, as it's in good condition, and I don't find that many of them because it's a George IV. And they just don't come up very often, do they? 1824, I think. Very good. We've had about 4 good targets. We've had about 4 targets in all, apart from the bits of can and the odd cartridge, and they've all been nice. That sounds nice. Wondered if that was a bit of pottery. No. God, wouldn't you know it? I'm just going to stop. I'm not going to set the camera up anymore. I can't be bothered. Cartridge. Ah! But like the coins, they come out really nicely, these cartridges. They're all in very good condition. Gosh, it really is a mighty big field, this. And I found now 3 or 4 little bits in completely different areas, and it's very quiet in between. So I'm not sure really what's going on. It's a bit annoying, there doesn't seem to be any sort of hot area at all. I'm back on that field where I was the last time I was out. I didn't have much time then. Fortunately, I think I've got a little bit more time today. The weather may put the end to that though, as I think it's going to rain at some point, but let's just see. Anyway, I haven't been here very long. My speaker's not giving a particularly reliable feedback today for whatever reason, but this did sound dodgy when it was in the ground as well. That's a little copper button to give you some idea. There was quite a lot of iron nearby too, but I did feel that this was worth digging. And it sure was. It's a little Roman brooch, and it's got its pin in it still. It's absolutely cracking. I thought it was quite crooked and bent, but I don't think it is. I think it's supposed to be like that. I don't think I've found this type before, or not one exactly like it. It's completely, well, I mean, it's full. Hinge, spring, pin, catch, the lot. So that was a bit heart-stopping. As I said, I wasn't going to dig it because it was very irony and there was just a little bit of a punch about it. But it could easily have been part of the iron, but it wasn't. Hooray! Well, I'm not sure it shouldn't be illegal to find one of the best things you've ever found within the first 5 minutes of being out with your detector, and then finding literally nothing thereafter. I mean, no, really nothing. I'm going to say nothing apart from cartridges and rifle rounds. So at least I found that brooch. I mean, I can't stop thinking about it. I think it's going to be stunning. So if I don't find anything in the next half an hour on my way back to the car, let's go straight back to headquarters quickly and have a look at that one close up and cleaned. And here it is. Now, I haven't actually over-cleaned this, and I don't think I will. I just quite like it as it is now. So it's still got a bit of the mud and sand that I'm finding harder to remove, but it's in almost mint condition. It's a head stud brooch, head stud type, which is from the late first century throughout the 2nd century AD. So called because of the circular, often circular, not always, sort of stud type just behind the wings here. It's got its loop still intact completely. I thought the pin was on a spring originally and that it might have had an internal loaded spring, but it doesn't. I think the pin is fairly I think the pin just works on its own accord like that. It's slightly bent. It's slightly skewy, but there is a bit of bend in them normally anyway. It's still got its catch, and the foot isn't broken either. I mean, when I said in the video that this is one of the best things I've ever found, well, I think it probably is in this sort of condition. I mean, I've found lots of Roman brooches, but to have one which, okay, although a bit skewy, is intact completely. Well, I mean, wonderful. The little crosses and zigs and stuff, I think, are where enamel would have been originally, as it would have been in the circular head stud there too. Little things like these are my most favourite things to find. Before I forget, I studied my last video prior to this, and I hadn't realised how much Tasciovanus and root vegetable patches don't really work, and that's why he's not with me in this video. But I've got something planned next time when he'll be more than welcome. Okay, good boy. Go and eat some bees. Well, I've got a signal here. It's a little bit scratchy. It's just on the edge of the carrots, so I've been quite good. I'm not digging anything in the carrots. And I'm not digging anything deep. Not that I'm getting that many deep signals, to be fair. Got him. And I have just found something which I got very excited about, but I don't think it's that old anymore. Okay, it's a musket ball with its sprue, I imagine, is still on. It's a bit of pressed copper in the shape of a scallop. I don't think it's very old at all, but I did get quite excited. And it's got little bits on the sides where it looks like it might have been pinned to something. Anyway, I got really excited. I thought, my gosh, is this a unique scallop brooch? Well, I don't think it is, but it's jolly pretty, but I think it's pretty new. If anyone can help with that, it would be much appreciated. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching. We're slightly running out of places to go, but I reckon I've got certainly enough for a couple more videos, and then we might have to wait till harvest. Most of my fields are under crop, heavily under crop at the moment. But it's always like that at this time of the year, isn't it? And hopefully I'll find other things to do. So see you next time.